said I'd be on every Sunday, but I'm a little late, so my bad. Last week I did As Tall as Lions, which is a new band, and every week I'm going to do something different. I'm not going to do a new band every week, so this week's going to be an older band. I'm going to do the Runaways. One thing, I love the Runaways music. I love the new Runaways movie that has Kristen Stewart and Dakota Fanning in it, and I also think Joan Jett is one of my heroes. There's no doubt about it. Runaways was an all-girl rock band from 75 to 79, so they're only around for like 4 years. So, they were formed by Sandy West, which was the drummer, and Joan Jett, which was their rhythm guitarist and some vocals. They both introduced themselves to producer Kim Fowley separate occasions, which Kim Fowley then gave them each other's numbers, told them to rehearse, and they would go from there. So they rehearsed, met with Kim Fowley. He's like, alright, you guys have a great sound, pretty much. We're gonna find the rest of the girls, though. So they ended up... They introduced Mickey Steele, which was their bassist, and they were just trying to do a trio to begin with, so it was West, Steele, and Jett. In 75, Lita Ford, the lead guitar, and Cherie Curry joined the band, which is their lead singer. Steele left after Fox joined. Ford joined, I'm sorry. When Ford joined, Mickey Steele left, but she later resurfaced with the Bangles. Once she left, Peggy Foster took over, and then they added Jackie Fox. She became bassist. They were signed with Mercury Records in 76 and released their first album shortly after being signed in 76 called The Runaways. Then 77 they came up with their album Queens of Noise, which is probably one of my favorite albums of theirs. They only had, I believe, 3 or 4 albums come out. After their second album, though, they began a world tour. They became lumped in with like the punk growing movement. They formed alliances with mostly male punk bands like the Ramones, Blondie, and the Sex Pistols. In the summer of 77, they arrived in Japan for a string of sold-out concerts, and they were the number 4 most imported band to Japan behind ABBA, Led Zeppelin, and Kiss. They were really unprepared for the onslaught of people that came at them when they got there, their fans. The only way they could really describe it, and of course the only one who would really say how they felt, was Joan Jett herself, because she was very outspoken. But she pretty much said that it was very comparable to Beatlemania. But before their appearance in the 1977 Tokyo Music Festival, Jackie Fox left the band. So Joan Jett took over the bass position until they could get stateside and get a new bassist. Well, they got a new bassist, Vicky Blue, but literally right after Vicky joined the band, Cherie Curry ended up leaving during the middle of recording. And Joan Jett replaced Cherie Curry on the album. I mean, in 78, the band, Kim Fowley, separated. But when they left Kim Fowley, they also lost their record deal with Mercury Records. But they were later picked up by another record label. Vicky Blue then left the group, and she was replaced by Laurie McAllister. They had a lot of bassists. The band then spent pretty much the majority of their time just living the rock and roll lifestyle, partying, pretty much not giving a shit, just doing whatever the fuck they wanted. But they ended up ending at the end of 78. Actually, their last show was New Year's Eve on 78. But after the breakup, if you didn't know, Joan Jett was the most successful out of them. She had multiple albums afterwards. Sandy West and Lita Ford both tried to have their own individual solo career kind of thing, and it didn't work. Mickey Steele joined the Bangles. Cherie Curry tried to have a music career, a movie career, and just tried to do a bunch of stuff, but she had a very extensive drug issue, so that didn't work out for her. Vicky Blue went on to direct television, movies. She actually did a documentary on the Runaways. And Laurie McAllister joined another band of Fowley's, but it never went anywhere, so it just kind of flopped. They by far are probably one of my favorite bands. I'll probably do a Joan Jett video further down, just because she is beyond one of my favorite artists right there. So I'm gonna have all the information for the Runaways on there's gonna be a picture of them. I'm gonna have like what I did with the Tall's Lions, and also I'm gonna have all their information in the links in the side and the bottom. I mean, if you have any ideas of what I should do, just leave me a comment. I'll go through and I'll make sure I check and find out what you guys recommend. I have quite a few new bands I'm going over. I don't have very many old bands. I know I'm gonna do my next older video. I'm gonna do Prince, but after that I'm not really sure. I might do a Joan Jett one. I don't know, have any idea. But I know that hold on, let me see what my ideas were. I have new band, old band, a popular one, which, I mean, obviously that's not gonna be very difficult. An album that I really, really like, and then if there's a fifth Sunday in this month, I'm going to do a soundtrack, which this soundtrack is going to be only because they have probably some of the best mixes. The Twilight series has some of the best soundtrack mixes I've ever heard in my entire life. First album was really good, second one was even better, and this last one has been exceptional. I love it. But if you have any ideas, let me know. Put it in the comments, and thanks a lot. Adios. I'm going to start doing this. I'm going to double wave everywhere I go.